visit there, it had already created great matchups and high quality fights. And we will have another one on August 14th when we return to Carson, California in the Dignity Health Sports Park because it is a championship fight that will come your way on August 4th on Showtime Championship Boxing as the WBO champion. John Riel Casimero, a man at 118 who packs a powerful punch, will be taking on a two-division champion in Guillermo Rigondeaux. This will be fireworks between these two fighters because they are two of the best fighters at 118 pounds. The event is being promoted by TGB Promotions. Tickets are now on sale and they can be purchased at AXS.com. Again, AXS.com. It will be the main event of a 3-fight card. You'll also see on August 14th, the unbeaten bantamweight Gary Antonio Russell, unbeaten at 18-0, 12 knockouts, facing a former world champion in Emmanuel Rodriguez for the WBA interim 118-pound title. And also on the card, you're going to see another former world champion, Rashi Warren. He's going to be battling Damian Vasquez in a 10-round fight. So once again, we'll be all action there at the War Grounds on Showtime Championship Boxing, but of course highlighted by the WBO champion, John Riel Casimero. 30-4, 21 knockouts. Work rate and power is what he possesses. And then you have Guillermo Rigondeaux, 20-1, 13 knockouts, 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Both of these guys are going to join me. I'm going to ask them some questions. Then we're going to allow you members of the media to ask your own questions. All you have to do is hit the raise your hand bar there on the Zoom, and Greg Domino from Showtime Sports will acknowledge you and we'll bring you on. But first, let's hear from the fighters. And let's start here with Guillermo Rigondeaux. 20-1, 13 knockouts. Martin Bader will do the translation. Martin, if you could ask Guillermo to just give us a word on how training is going and his thoughts on this fight August 14th.
Bueno, Guillermo, contanos un poco de cómo va tu entrenamiento y lo que pensás de lo que se viene el 14 de agosto.
Bueno, ya casi estamos en la preparación final, ya prácticamente ya no queda casi nada que hacer, estamos ya casi listos ya para el 14 de agosto, ya estamos preparados.
We are in the home stretch here of the training session. Everything has gone great, and now we're fully focused on what's coming up on August 14th. Really excited about it.
And now the WBO champion, John Riel Casimero. Again, 30-4, 21 knockouts. Now, this was a fight that you guys originally were supposed to be fighting, and then all of a sudden it was Nonito Donaire, but now it's back to Guillermo Rigondeaux. John, talk to us about how training camp has been going and your thoughts on fighting Rigondeaux on August 14th.
So I'm so ready to this fight August 14, so let's go.
And how is training camp? How has it been going?
Good. My training is so good, and this is it. It's ready to rumble.
I love it. Man, a few words, but it certainly packs a powerful punch. John, let me start with you because give me your thoughts on facing Rigondeaux because, you know, Nonito Donaire pulls out of the fight. He says because of trash talking from your camp and your team, and he basically insinuated that you were against drug testing. Your thoughts now you're facing Rigondeaux. Tell me your thoughts on how all this transpired and now that you have Rigondeaux, your original opponent.
Yeah, that's Donaire fight me. Donaire is easy for me. And now Rigondeaux, I know Rigondeaux, they have experience, and Rigondeaux is a 2-time Olympian. So much great to the fight.
And how different of a fight is this back with Rigondeaux as opposed to Donaire?
I think because Rigondeaux is he win to Donaire, but Let's see.
Yeah, it's a lot different style, what he's saying, and he's actually fighting the guy that beat Donaire, so
Yeah.
he's much more excited to fight Rigondeaux right now, and styles are different.
Yeah, and Donaire scared me. Shit.
Rigondeaux no scared. Donaire,
Rigondeaux no scared, baby. Rigondeaux no run the fight, yeah? Because
Yeah.
you know scared me.
you hope Rigondeaux
Oh, no run. Oh, go to the show the world. You are strong.
Sean, you can answer this. What did John? How did he feel when Donaire basically pulled out and said, "Hey, look, I don't like the way the team is trash talking me," and basically insinuated that John wasn't going to agree to drug testing for the fight?
Well, let's clear up something very quickly. John Riel Casimero never said anything about drug testing. Rachel Donaire put out a narrative that we weren't signing up for VADA. We received our papers on a Friday. We returned them on a Saturday. This is a clean fighter, always been a clean fighter, been in the WBC program, always available 24/7. So for to insinuate all that, maybe they had ulterior motives. Maybe all of a sudden they had, like, when you buy something you really don't want it, they had buyer's remorse to fight Casimero. So Casimero's always been focused on Rigondeaux. That's who we were fighting first. We're very happy that Mr. Rigondeaux's got big balls, big cojones, no backing out, but there's a little trash talk. Trash talk is part of the sport. So, Casimero's just always trains. Doesn't matter, Rigondeaux, Donaire, Anoa'i, he trains to fight, to be ready, and whatever's in front of him, he's prepared. So it doesn't bother him.
Fantastic. Martin, if you could ask Guillermo, just his thoughts on, originally he was going to fight John, and then all of a sudden John was going to fight Donaire, and now it's back to fighting John again. How has he handled all of the changes to this point?
Guillermo, ¿cómo estás manejando la incertidumbre de no saber a quién vas a enfrentar? En un momento vas a enfrentar a Donaire, después a Casimero, después no sabes, y ahora obviamente después a Casimero nuevamente. ¿Cómo te sentís al respecto? ¿Cómo te has manejado con esa incertidumbre?
Tú sabes cómo siempre yo he sido, yo siempre he tenido paciencia para todo y todo esperando el que me toque. Nosotros siempre esperamos el que nos toque. Yo nunca digo que no y estamos listos para cualquiera. Siempre.
You know how I am. It's patience before everything. That's what I preach. That's what I do. And then whoever comes my way, I'll be ready for him, regardless of who it is.
And now John Casimero is coming your way, Guillermo. What are your thoughts on fighting for the title and fighting John Casimero?
Bueno, ahora se te viene Casimero. O sea, ¿y cuáles son tus sensaciones, tus pensamientos sobre el pelear por el título en Los Ángeles el 14 de agosto?
Bueno, yo siempre he estado en ese nivel. Yo no es la primera vez que estoy en este nivel para pelear por títulos mundiales. Estamos listos, esperando el 14 que llegue para demostrar lo que siempre he hecho hasta ahora.
I've always been at that world championship level, and I think everybody knows that. Now we're just ready and waiting for August 14 to show what we're capable of and go after that belt.
Guillermo, John Riel Casimero is a powerful fighter. He packs a punch. How will you deal with that? Will his power be an issue for you in this fight?
Casimero es un boxeador poderoso, alguien fuerte que te puede devastar con un solo golpe. ¿Cómo tenés pensado lidiar con ese poder de tu oponente?
Sí. Lo que yo siempre he hecho hasta ahora. Yo me mantengo sereno y siempre he hecho hasta ahora. Yo peleo en 3 divisiones, en 18, en 22 y en 30, en 3 divisiones. Así que nada me preocupa a mí. A mí nada me preocupa.
I don't worry about that. I don't worry about anything. I've fought in 3 different divisions, 118, 122, and 130. And I've been able to go after any challenge that I have faced. So Casimero's power is of no concern to me whatsoever.
John, I think you heard that. He says your power is no concern to him whatsoever. When you look at your record, it seems like you've only had issues when you fought boxers. And Rigondeaux is the classic boxer. Now, he's got pop as well, but will that boxing style be a problem for you on August 14th?
Rigondeaux, if he fight me, no run. I want fight, Because if Rigondeaux is run, people watching is sleeping. Because you know all fight of Rigondeaux no good. Always run. All fans is sleep. He tired to watching. Maybe you, despite August 14, maybe no run. Then you box. Always no run.
All right, Martin asked Guillermo that question. He basically says he doesn't want Guillermo Rigondeaux running. He wants a fight. Will he, talking about Guillermo Rigondeaux, deliver a fight to John Riel Casimero?
Yeah, because all.
Yeah.
Martin.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was muted. Así que Casimero dice que él quiere verte encarar, no quiere verte correr, quiere una pelea de verdad. ¿Qué tenés que decir al respecto cuando él te dice eso?
Que haga lo que él hace, que haga su trabajo, que yo voy a hacer el mío. Que él haga su trabajo y yo voy a hacer el mío. Simplemente eso. Que él haga su trabajo y yo hago el mío.
It's simple and plain. You do your job, I'll do my thing. You do you, I'll do me, and then we'll see each other in the ring.
Go!
I love John, you know, one of the things that you do, you throw a lot of punch. You are a busy fighter. Do you believe your work rate will overwhelm Rigondeaux?
Yeah, I believe because you know, I know Rigondeaux now. To my trainer coach Norineri to manage to how to work for the.
Pretty a nice strategy together with Norineri, his trainer, for Rigondeaux. They've watched enough tape, they've seen enough of them, and they hope the one that fought Nonito Donaire doesn't show up on that bicycle. They want to see the one recently come and show the huevos, show the cojones. The champ wants a fight. He wants to excite the people at the Dignity Health Center because he had a very special moment there, Brian. That's where he won the WBO world title, in that building in a dramatic 12th round knockout. So it's a very special venue for him. He won the WBO title there, and he's going to have a heck of a time if Mr. Rigondeaux comes to fight.
Guillermo, he says, listen, that venue is special to him. That's where he won the title. He wants a fight. He doesn't want a Rigondeaux on a bicycle. He wants to see the Rigondeaux who comes to fight. Your response to that?
Bueno, acá Casimero dice que el Dignity House es un estadio muy importante para él, muy especial, ya que tiene muy lindos recuerdos ahí de haber ganado peleas dramáticas y ganado campeonatos. Y lo que él quiere es ver al Rigondeaux de antes. No quiere ver a un Rigondeaux. Él dijo algo como que un Rigondeaux en bicicleta, como que no te quiere ver, viste, pedaleando. Entonces, pero ¿qué opinas sobre eso? O sea, sobre la actitud que está teniendo Casimero.
No, yo no opino nada de eso. Yo voy a hacer mi trabajo, lo que siempre he hecho hasta ahora, que me ha mantenido al 100%. Que él haga lo que él quiera hacer. Yo voy a hacer los míos y nos vemos el 14 de agosto. Yo no sé de hablar muchas cosas de eso, que te voy a hacer, que esto, que lo otro. Todo eso se pronostica. No, que Rigondeaux corre, que Rigondeaux hace esto. Deja que tenga el demonio al frente y ya que haga su trabajo. Simple.
I'm not a big trash talker, Brian. It's not about like, oh, what's he gonna do or what I'm gonna do or you know whatever people want to say beforehand. You know what? I'll see you on the 14th at the Dignity Health Center. I'll see you on the ring, and then you'll see the real Rigondeaux just like you want. But in the meantime, I'm just focusing again on what I'm doing, on my job, and that's the long and the short of it. Anything else is pure talk.
John, you were quoted as saying, I'm going to show the boxing world how to beat Rigondeaux and send him into retirement once and for all. Do you believe once you get a victory on August 14th that Rigondeaux will retire after this fight?
Yeah, Rigondeaux, finish. Finito! Finito is square.
I think that answers it pretty good, Brian.
Absolutely. So Martin, get Guillermo's response to that. He says that after he beats him on August 14th, he's going to retire him as well, and he'll retire from boxing. His response.
Guillermo Casimero dice que una vez que te venza el 14 de agosto, no solo te va a vencer, sino que te va a retirar. ¿Qué le respondes?
Dile que ahí vamos, el 14 nos vemos y que trate de hacer lo que él dice que va a hacer, a ver si puede.
He wants to let Casimero know it's on. I'll see you on the 14th. Let's see if you're able to do what you say you're going to be able to do. I'll see you on the 14th.
Oh. And Guillermo, you have a quote here from the boxing scene where it says, quote, "I have plans to ruin Casimero's dream. I know he has a lot of power. He's a man, but I'm a man who has excellent boxing skills and a high IQ. Don't be surprised if I knock him out," end quote. Do you believe you are going to stop John Riel Casimero on August 14th?
Si crees que vas a noquear a Casimero el 14 de agosto, o sea, después de todo lo que dijiste antes sobre cómo crees en tu poder y tu capacidad para noquear a cualquiera.
Deja que él sienta mi poder. Él habla de su poder, todos hablan de su poder, pero no hablan del mío. Es como si me estuvieran subestimando. Y eso lo vamos a demostrar el 14 de agosto. Vamos a ver quién pega más. Vamos a esperar el 14 de agosto. Vamos a esperar el 14 de agosto.
So, perdona, Guillermo, no te quise interrumpir. Let him feel my power. You know, everyone is talking about Casimero's power and not talking about my power nearly enough. It feels like people are underestimating me. So, you know, I can't wait to get into the ring on August 14th and show everybody what I'm capable of. Let's see what happens on August 14th, because that's when the real things are going to be discovered.
John, your response to that, are you underestimating Guillermo Rigondeaux and his power?
No, I'm not. What's that? Yeah, I'm not. It's because, you know, I know Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux is 2 Olympians. Then, you know, what's that? Title. Yeah, world 2 times. Then 2 Olympians. You know, I want to do my best to despite Rigondeaux, because I know Rigondeaux, if he fight me, I know Rigondeaux is always around for me.
Yeah, so what he's saying too is he don't underestimate anybody. He prepares very well for every fight. And again, he just wants to hope that Mr. Rigondeaux leaves his bicycle at the house and brings his boxing shoes and just goes and fights. I know he doesn't talk a lot, Rigondeaux, but Casimero would just like to see him. Let's go, mano a mano.
I know Rigondeaux preparing for this fight and hard work. That's good.
Guillermo, give me a final word here before we let the media in to ask you guys questions. What can you guarantee people when they turn on Showtime Championship Boxing on August 14th? What can you guarantee they will see when you face John Riel Casimero?
¿Qué puedes garantizarle a la gente, a los aficionados que te van a estar viendo en el estadio y por la tele? ¿Qué les puedes garantizar que van a ver cuando enfrentes a John Riel Casimero el 14 de agosto?
Bueno, el 14 de agosto que esperen lo mejor de mí, lo que yo siempre he hecho. Yo siempre he sido un ganador. Por mí, por mi familia. Que esperen lo mejor de mí, que siempre lo he hecho. Yo siempre lo he hecho. Yo brillo en un bombillo. De eso pueden estar seguros.
I can guarantee that they will see the best of me. I perform my best under the bright lights, and they will see the best of me, the fans, my family, my friends, everybody. I promise that they will see the best of me and that I will perform on August 14th.
Don't say promise.
And John, same question for you. For the people who turn on Showtime Championship Boxing on August 14th, and those in Carson, California, the Filipino fans who come out and want to see you fight, what can you guarantee that they are going to get on August 14th?
So guys, please manood kayo sa laban ko this August 14. So I will do my best. Then this is the fight. It's a good fight because, you know, Rigondeaux is 2 times Olympian. He's a good boxer. He lost Donaire, but you know, I will do my best. This is a good fight. So please watching the fight August 14. Don't forget So let's go.
I love it. All right. I know there are a number of media members here who want to ask some questions. So please just hit the raise your hand bar there on the Zoom. Greg Domino, he's, of course, from our communications department in Showtime Sports. He's going to acknowledge you. Let us know who you're representing and then ask your question. Greg?
Thank you, Brian. The first question comes from Jeremy Hergis at Fansided.
Hello, gentlemen. First question's for Guillermo. Guillermo, you said that you're going to box circles around John. I'm curious about what's your opinion of John's boxing skill.
Bueno, Guillermo, vos dijiste anteriormente, la expresión argentina es que lo vas a bailar a Casimero. No estoy seguro cuál será la expresión cubana, pero como que lo vas a abrumar, que vas a dominarlo. ¿Cuál es tu opinión de la capacidad boxística de Casimero?
Bueno, es un buen oponente. Lo que puedo, para mí todos mis contrarios son mejores que yo. Esa es la opinión que yo tengo. Todos son mejores que yo. Pero hay que demostrarme el 14 de agosto que son mejor que yo.
Casimero is a good opponent, Jeremy. And every opponent that I faced thinks that they are better than me. But in the end, it's up to them to show that they are better than me because I'm going to be ready.
Next question's for Casimero. John, going from Guillermo and then thinking that you're going to be fighting Donaire and then back to Guillermo, was it hard to refocus on Guillermo?
Before I focused on Donaire, but he changed the opponent. So now I know Donaire to fight. So for Rigondeaux, I preparing for he coach Nonary, he teach me how to lose Rigondeaux. So
basically it doesn't bother him. He just goes back and forth. He don't care who they put in the ring in front of him. You know what I mean? It doesn't bother him at all. The champ is ready. He was preparing for one guy, the next guy, whatever. He just prepares for whoever's across the ring. So no, it didn't affect him at all.
Final question for you, Sean. I know that there was a lot of drama coming into this fight. John's got a letter from Vada saying that he's clean. He's not positive for PEDs under any circumstance. Do you feel that it's his association with Angel Heredia that brings speculation?
Absolutely not. Mrs. Rachel Donaire brought speculation because of her saying that we weren't joining up for Vada. Absolutely wrong. There's nothing to do with about anything else. And anybody that thinks any different, again, we've been in the clean boxing program since 2017. The Vada showed up twice or three times in our first week. So the problem is when people put stupid statements out there like that, people take it the wrong way. John Riel Casimero never failed a drug test in his whole boxing career. Always available, always ready. So no, I don't think that's the case at all. And on Memo Heredia, last time I checked, none of his fighters that he's worked with, including all the boxers that he works with me, with the Philippines, we've never had a problem in the 3 or 4 years we've been associated. So the end of the Vada nonsense, speculation, BS, bull crap. We work with clean fighters. Memo Heredia, clean guy. What he did in the past before we knew him, that's the past. I can't speak for that.
Thank you, gentlemen, and best of luck.
Thank you, Jeremy. Next question comes from Keith Idek at Boxing Scene.
My question is for Guillermo. Guillermo, you obviously have history with Nonito Donaire, but you, of course, have no problem fighting John Riel Casimero, and you're not concerned about anything about PEDs as it relates to him. So how surprised were you that, Donaire got this opportunity to fight Casimero in a unification fight? You were willing to step aside and then withdrew from the fight. How surprising was that to you, and why do you think he did that?
So how surprised you are that Donaire withdrew from the fight and that he...
And why did he do it?
Ok, bueno, con todas las idas y vueltas que hubieron con que Casimero iba a pelear contra Donaire, después Donaire dijo lo de las drogas, o sea, el antidoping de Casimero, y ahora claramente vos no tenés ese tipo de preocupación con Casimero. ¿Qué opinás de que Donaire medio como que se hizo a un costado inesperadamente de pelear contra Casimero y ahora vos vas a pelear con él.
No, no sé lo que pasó entre ellos, no sé, en realidad no sé lo que pasó. No sé realmente lo que pasó entre ellos, no puedo explicarte lo que fue lo que sucedió entre ellos. Al que me toque es a mí. Simplemente.
Claro, sí, no, o sea, lo que preguntan es lo que pensás de por qué Donear no peleó contra él, o sea, simplemente no tenés opinión.
No sé sus razones, no sé lo que habrá pasado ahí, no sé.
I'm really not aware of what happened between Donaire and Casimero. It's not of my concern. I'm happy to fight him now. I'm ready for that fight. That's all that matters to me right now.
He obviously has fought Donaire and now is about to fight Casimero. How does he compare the two fighters? Who does he think is a better fighter?
¿Quién crees que es mejor boxeador? Bueno, en general, no solo con su estilo. ¿Casimero o Donaire? Porque has enfrentado a ambos.
No, los dos son buenos boxeadores, los dos son buenos boxeadores, son dos buenos campeones, excelentes boxeadores, no sé, son filipinos los dos, no sé cómo se lleven ellos en realidad, pero yo me voy por Nonito.
Well, you know, they're both great champions, great boxers, great fighters. They're both from the Philippines. I don't know what their personal relationship must be like, but if you have me choose, I will go with Nonito as the best one of the two.
Can you ask him why? Why he thinks Nonito?
¿Por qué Nonito sobre Casimero?
No, los dos, Nonito para mí tiene más resultados, un poco más resultados que Casimero. No quiero decir que los resultados hablan por sí solos. Nonito tiene más resultados que Casimero en estos momentos.
It comes down to something as simple as the fact that Nonito has more of a track record, more results than Casimero does. It doesn't mean that they're not both great boxers. It just means that Nonito has more in his resume, if you will, than Casimero does.
Thank you, Guillermo. I just have one question for John. John, he just said that he thinks Nonito is a better fighter than you, although he did compliment you as well. I'm just wondering what your perspective is on his answer.
Let's go in the ring. You know, Rigondeaux, maybe they change your opinion this August 14th.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Keith. Next question comes from Soichi Hayashi from Yahoo.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I would like to ask John. You have a huge trash talk about Naoya Inoue. Do you have any particular emotion about Inoue?
If we missed this last part of the question, what did he say?
Do you have any particular emotion about Inoue?
Particular emotion?
Yeah, particular emotion.
Ano nararamdaman mo doon kay Inoue, bro?
You know, Inoue, because if I fight Inoue for me, because you know Inoue is here in my position is only come to me, and that's not hard for me.
Do you think is he easy opponent for you?
Madali lang daw ba siya sa'yo?
Yeah, madali lang. You know, it's easy for me. Donaire, Inoue, yeah, that's easy work.
Rigondeaux.
And also Rigondeaux. Sorry.
Okay, thanks. Can I ask Mr. Rigondeaux?
Habla así, duro.
How do you feel about unified champion IBF and the WBA Naoya Inoue, Japanese fighter?
¿Cómo te sentís sobre el campeón japonés Inoue? O sea, ¿cuál es tu perspectiva de él desde...
Un excelente campeón. Ese es un excelente campeón. Muy bueno.
He's an
Naoya
excellent
un excelente campeón.
An excellent champion, very good fighter. Nothing but respect for him.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from Jim Conlon.
Hi, Gil. My first question is for Guillermo. Guillermo, just in relation to your defeat against Lomachenko, do you think you're on a mission to prove people that you still are a force in boxing after that defeat?
Bueno, Guillermo, te preguntan si después de haber perdido de la manera en que perdiste contra Lomachenko, si sentís que todavía sos una potencia en el boxeo, alguien que merece ser reconocido.
Sí, claro que sí, por supuesto. Lomachenko todavía sigue siendo Lomachenko.
Absolutely, I am. Regardless of what happened in the past. I'm still a force to be reckoned with.
And my next question then is for John. John, in terms of your resume, how important is it for you to establish your sort of credentials going forward and have a victory over a two-time Olympian like Guillermo on your resume? Would that sort of propel your name further into the headlights?
Tingin mo ba daw makakatulong yung pagtalo mo kay Rigondeaux para mas mapaganda yan?
Yeah, because if Rigondeaux, he knows for me, and all my fans, so he say you are great, and he lost of Donaire, and Donaire is in the Philippines, so Donaire is famous. That's why if Rigondeaux, he lost for me, maybe the two opponent of Japanese and Donaire, he scared me. Maybe no fight me.
Yeah, so basically he needs to win the fight to absolutely keep moving along to get the next two big fights.
Best of luck to both fighters.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next question comes from Miguel Maravilla.
Hey, John. First of all, how do you feel about returning to the Dignity Health Sports Park? Used to be the StubHub Center. That's where you won your first world title back in 2019.
Yeah, that's great because Riel Casimero, he knows, and he know now in US America, it's good for me to finish.
Yeah, it's very exciting for him to be back in the place he won the world title. I mean, he's got tremendous memories there. So, and also when he won the world title there, it was after midnight. There was about 2 people there. So this is going to be a little different for him. It's going to be a nice full house. And yeah, I mean, well, what better than where you won your first title? It's like where you met your first girl. So very exciting.
You also that place, you mentioned that he won in dramatic fashion. That place has had many memorable fights. Do you feel Rigo's style is suitable for a venue like that?
Yeah, I know Rigondeaux, the style like was the opponent of the last in Manila.
Ramirez?
Ramirez, yeah, Ramirez. Then I know that how to manage the Rigo.
Right, and to answer your question, is his style reminiscent of some of the greats that fought there? Not really, but I think Mr. Rigondeaux has realized at this age that he needs to stand a little more, fight a little more, and I think that building brings out greatness. I think it brings out great fights. There's just something about that venue. So I think Mr. Rigondeaux is going to bring it. I think he's going to stand and fight, and he wants to show people that he's fighting in a very historic, the war grounds, that when Casimero brings it, he'll bring it also.
Awesome. My next question's for Rigondeaux. Guillermo, ¿por qué se siente confiado que lo puede noquear?
Yo solamente no tengo mucho que decir. Yo confío en mi preparación, lo que he hecho hasta ahora. Yo no soy de hablar tanto de esas cosas. Yo soy muy confiado en mi preparación, lo que he hecho hasta ahora, consciente a conciencia.
The question from Miguel was, Guillermo, why do you feel that you'll be able to knock Casimero out? Why are you so confident about that? And Guillermo said that I believe in my power. That's the bottom line. Like I said before, I'm not a big trash talker, and I'm going to show everything I'm capable of inside the ring.
¿Qué representa esta victoria? Si sale con una victoria.
No es la última ni la primera vez en el nivel que yo estoy. Ese es mi nivel donde siempre he estado, donde siempre yo he brillado. Siempre. No es la primera posición, yo no tengo ningún apuro.
Oh.
The question was, what would a win mean to Guillermo if he were to come out on top on August 14th? And Guillermo said that it will be a win. It wouldn't be the first or the last time that he's been able to perform under the bright lights, and he expects to perform just like he always has and under the lights in Los Angeles.
Buena suerte, good luck.
Gracias.
Thank you. Next question comes from Terrell Van.
How you doing? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right. This question is for Sean. Sean, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you explain to fans that may not know what happened with the fight that was supposed to take place before COVID pretty much shut down in Noye?
Yeah, basically, Casimero arrived in the U.S. with about a month ago to put the fine tuning. Fight was announced with the Noe April of what it was, 2020. Yeah, COVID hit, and basically with all the different things, Top Rank decided a million reasons they couldn't do the fight. They needed a crowd, they needed this, they needed that, and for whatever reason they couldn't get the resources together to do the fight, and that's kind of why the fight didn't take place. And then there's just been a bunch of things still with the issues of the fights having fans and stuff, which fans just came back because if you're going to do the fight in the U.S., you need the Japanese fans to be here. So that's kind of what happened. But, we're optimistic if Casimero, when he gets past Rigondeaux, hopefully in the future, that's the fight to unify the belts.
So have you heard any discussions about possibly Donaire and Inoue fighting, and who would be your preference if Casimero were to win, who would you prefer him fight?
Well, like I said, first of all, we're not looking past Mr. Rigondeaux. He's a tremendous fighter, great champion, Olympian. We have all the respect for him, but, definitely believe Casimero has the real skills to get the deal done. So when he wins, Casimero's like this, whatever comes together right away, he's ready to fight again. If it's Donaire, it's Inoue, he wants to get another fight in before the end of the year. And he's not, whatever one comes together the easiest, he's happy to take that one.
And I have one question for Rigondeaux. Rigo, can you explain the thought process to move back down to 118 pounds after competing much of your career at 122?
Aquí Terrell quiere saber cómo fue tu proceso de pensamiento, cómo fue tu estrategia de pensar, vamos a volver a las 118 libras después de haber pasado gran parte de tu carrera en las 122.
No, porque ustedes saben todo lo que ha pasado. Nadie quería pelear en 122. Yo soy el mejor libra por libra actualmente en las 122 libras. Porque tengo la Ring Magazine. Nadie la tiene. Y ustedes saben que nadie quería pelear conmigo en 122. No sé lo que pasaba, que nadie quería pelear.
It's as simple as the fact that nobody wanted to fight me at 122. I'm the best pound for pound fighter at 122, and it happens that nobody wanted to fight me there. I have I have the recognition by Ring Magazine. I have the recognition by others. People know about that. But it just so happens that nobody wanted to fight me, so I came down to 118.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have time for one more question. We'll go to Cynthia Conti.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. First off, condolences to you, Sean, and your family. And then this question is for John. John, we all know that Manny is back in camp here in LA running for his Spence fight. I saw you running with him. Talk about the advice that Manny Pacquiao has given you going into this fight and going on furthering your career.
Yeah, Manny said me hard work and and discipline to myself. And yeah, it's Manny Pacquiao is my idol. And, I tattoo and
he has a nice tattoo of the senator on his arm too. So
he does. John has a tattoo.
Yeah, Champ has a nice tattoo of the senator.
Yeah, the jacket. Yeah.
But either way, it's a big idol. It's a big inspiration, and being here to be able to train alongside, kind of run. To watch the senator, to see what he does, it's absolutely. If you're a Filipino fighter and that doesn't inspire you, then you got a problem.
And when he does train with him, I mean, we are all in awe of Manny going for greatness. He's already a legend in himself. What does John find that he's in awe of Manny besides he's a pound for pound great?
Ano daw yung nakikita mo sa lahat ng nakamit ni Sen na pagtatanggap niya?
You know, because Manny Pacquiao is missing power, missing, you know, that's all Manny Pacquiao is missing, you know.
Yeah, it's everything he does is amazing. I mean, outside of boxing, everything, the politics, the helping people, good role model. So Casimero is definitely just impressed with everything the senator does, as we all are.
All right, best of luck to both of you.
Thank you. Viva Filipino.
Thank you, everyone, very much. We couldn't get to all the questions, but we'll toss back to Brian.
Okay, Greg, thank you very much. Guys, thank you. And we'll end with this. Guillermo, there have been a number of questions that have come in, and basically they ask the same thing. Do you think Casimero has a predictable boxing style that's easy for you to conquer? Is the question that a number of people have sent in.
Bueno, una de las preguntas que la gente más envió más repetidamente, que no pudimos llegar a todas, es que si crees que el estilo de Casimero es predecible, que es algo fácil de contrarrestar.
No, aquí nada es fácil, aquí todo el mundo es difícil, para mí todos los boxeadores son difíciles y hay estilos que se ajustan uno con el otro y se hace un trabajo mejor.
No, nothing is easy for me, really. Every fight is hard, every fight is a challenge. Again, styles make fights. Some go better with others.
John, the question that we keep getting in here for you, Sean, you can help him answer this. They keep asking is, does John think he can overcome Rigondeaux's tactical boxing style, which has given you problems in the past?
Talaga bang masusuklo mo or matatalo mo yung kagalingan ni...
I know this surprise to all my fans and Rigondeaux. So my performance is August 14th.
Yeah, basically he figures he has the style, he's trained, he's worked on it, he's looked in. I'm not really sure where a lot of people have said that, because in Casimero's losses to Amnott was just a fouled fight of terrible. Some of the boxers he's fought, he actually did well with Charlie Edwards. You know, a lot of the guys, I don't know where he really got that kind of tag that he had problems with technical guys, but I don't feel that's the case where he's come in his career to where he's at now. Nobody, you know, Zolana Tete was very technical, same type as a Rigondeaux. And basically he figured it out, took a couple rounds, walked him down and blasted him. So I don't think that'll be a factor here. Noino's very smart, good game plan. Of course, John Riel's IQ, you know, you go to 9 different countries, you win 5 world titles in 9 countries, travel the world. I don't think Mr. Rigondeaux is going to be an issue for him to figure that out.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, I think this is what makes this fight so amazing. You've got Guillermo Rigondeaux, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 2-division world champion, and now looking to challenge the WBO champion, John Riel Casimero, on August 14th. And it will come to you live on Showtime Championship Boxing from the Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. The broadcast will begin at 10 o'clock Eastern time. That is 7 o'clock Pacific. A 3-fight card. That's the main event. Also on the undercard, you will also see Gary Antonio Russell facing a former world champion, Emmanuel Rodriguez. And also we'll see another former world champion, Rashid Warren, battling Damian Vasquez. August 14th, the WBO championship is on the line. John Riel Casimero and Guillermo Rigondeaux. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. We wish you nothing but the best of luck. Looking forward to seeing you both on August 14th. And thank you, members of the media, for joining in. And again, we'll see you on Showtime Championship Boxing for this main event from Carson, California. I'm Brian Custer. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.